Hello everyone, Michael here from the Daily Note 2 and 3. So I wanted to review a relatively new app called Snapdragon Battery Guru. It is an app that should extend the battery life of your Galaxy Note 3. I've tried many battery saving apps in the past, and they've all been a letdown because of the ineffectiveness or their intrusiveness on how I like to use my phone. But the Snapdragon Battery Guru seems to hit the sweet spot, and in the end, it does actually extend the battery life of the phone. So let's check it out.
As the name suggests, it will be only installable on a phone with a Snapdragon processor, which means it should work on the Galaxy Note 3s and most Galaxy S4s, but probably not with devices with Exynos processors like the Galaxy Note 2. If you own a Galaxy Note 2 or a Galaxy Note 3 with the Exynos processor, there are many battery savers in the Google Play Store I have yet to check out. If you know of one that you swear by and have kept on your device for more than a few weeks, please share in the comments below. So Snapdragon Battery Guru, it is the first battery saving app that I tried that I've kept for over a week. Even paid ones such as Juice Defender Ultimate were uninstalled off my device after a few days. I've actually been running Battery Guru for about 3 weeks now, and for at least how I like to use my device, it does extend the battery life on my phone. But I must say that the battery savings are limited mostly for times when the phone is idle, especially while you're sleeping. So first, when you install it, it will tell you it wants to learn your usage habits for 2 days. It's a little frustrating because we live in an instant gratification world today, but I kinda like the anticipation. What I believe it's doing is that it's learning your usage patterns, your sleeping habits, and how often you use your apps with push notification, and the refresh patterns of background push services. After 2 days of collecting that information, what it does is relatively simple. It turns off your data and Wi-Fi while you're sleeping. Most people aren't going to wake up in the middle of the night to read the emails that come in. No need to have your Note 3 checking and listening for emails to come in at that time. And some apps, because of the way a lot of people like using that app, they are a little too active, though you yourself don't use that app that heavily. So it regulates that based on the usage and refresh patterns for that app. Now, if you need to be notified at any hour of the day because your job requires it, there are plenty of options in there to make sure you are still receiving the message notifications as soon as they come in at any time of the day for that app. And unlike other battery saving apps that do relatively the same thing, Battery Guru seems to have gotten it right. I really don't notice any difference in getting my push notifications. The apps that I expect to be notified as soon as they come in still do that, while the services that I don't check regularly seem to come in just the same. Maybe they come in a few minutes later, but again, only for the ones that I consider non-critical services. There are 2 extra features worth mentioning: the low power mode. Here's a list of all the things that it can do to save battery, and you can tell it to come on when it reaches below the level of the battery that you specify. And another feature called Inactivity Power Boost. After a set amount of time, like 1 hour of your screen being off, it will shut down all Wi-Fi and data until you wake up the phone again. These 2 features you can enable by widget. Considering the data and Wi-Fi antennas are both very power hungry features to have enabled, this mode will definitely save you a lot of battery, but at the price of convenience of not getting any push notifications until you wake up the phone by pushing the home button. I personally consider this feature to be too intrusive, so I have it disabled. You are essentially disabling push notifications after your device has been not used for a while. But considering this feature can extend the standby time of your device to even a few days, it is good to know that I have this feature to enable for specific days when the feature would be beneficial. One last thing, one side effect to Battery Guru regulating how often, for example, your email is checked. Your email app might say that syncing is disabled. However, it is because Battery Guru might just have it disabled at that moment to save you battery. Again, this doesn't seem to get in the way of me being notified in a timely manner when messages come in. However, you can make changes to how this app behaves in Battery Guru if you feel that your message for this app needs to be received as soon as they come in. So in conclusion, if you are a light user of your device, you will see a good noticeable battery gain. I personally see up to 8 hours of additional battery standby time on light usage days. On heavy usage days where I burn through a fully charged battery in about 12 hours, I don't see any battery life gain because I don't really give it a chance to do its thing. In the end, I don't notice any negatives, but on some days I get a good amount of battery savings.
So that's the end of today's episode. So Snapdragon Battery Guru, it is a first app that configures itself and does not get in the way of how you like to receive your incoming notifications. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more upcoming videos. And as always, thank you for watching.